Welcome to POSTCAST tonight. David Locke along with Ron Boone as the Jazz win tonight. We are expecting to hopefully get a guest in Dante Exum coming up in just a moment or two. We see the guy in the glasses with the beard back there. He cues us. We talk to Dante. Nice win for the Jazz tonight.
Excellent win. I mean, just getting one of the three, losing to one of the best teams in the NBA in San Antonio. Cleveland on fire right now, but the Milwaukee Bucks, this team is up and coming. You look at some of the names, it's not a big name on this team. I mean, there's not anyone to write home about, but they're playing very good basketball. Defensively, as you mentioned early in the broadcast, that they are considered one of the best in the league right now. But what a turnaround for the Jazz, missing some players and shaking up the lineup.
The other aspect of this one is that the last night Enes Kanter had a big night in 24 and 17, but it felt very hollow, frankly. It was mostly fourth quarter. It didn't seem like it really had – this one had some substance to it. This is a 23 and 16 that's pretty good. And the other storyline is Dante Exum, and he's going to join us now. Back to this. Let's check with the station. And, Jake, you ready for Dante? Okay. Dante, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Jake, are you recording or he's going to toss to me? Okay. Thank you very much, Spence. We are joined by Dante Exum. And, Dante – I talked to you before the game, and you were so cool. You said, it's just one. We played 40-some. It's just 1 of 42. Did it really just feel like another game out there starting tonight?
Yeah, no, it didn't. That's what I wanted to come in and make it feel like. I didn't want to come in and make it feel like anything more. And that's what I just tried to do.
How was 35 minutes?
Yeah, it was a lot. And, I was out there and coughing, and I'm still recovering from a flu that I had a couple weeks ago. So.
What was the feeling out there on the floor? Did you feel more in control? You played a different game. At least it looked different than what we've seen out of you in the last month.
Yeah, the coaches have talked to me about just trying to be aggressive off the on balls and, spacing on the backside, making sure I'm stepping into my shot, That's what I tried to do. And we talked about making the extra pass, and my teammates did that and found me for a couple open shots. So.
Did he talk to you about pace of play, like pushing the basketball up the floor? I mean, what instructions did he give you that he wanted you to get to jumpstart your game here in the first quarter?
Yeah, pace of play has been a big thing for us, and that's one of the reasons he put me in the starting lineup, just to kind of push the ball, bring a bit of energy to the team, and it's about getting those deep outlets and getting everybody started. So.
Is there any wow factor to you here? I mean, you were the Australian kid who goes to the Hoop Summit. Next thing you know, you're not going to college. You go on the draft. And next thing you know, we're flying from New York to Utah. Was there any wow factor to you here?
I think it's kind of settled in a bit, and I'm just going day by day, trying to, keep improving and doing what I can. So,
the defensively on Brandon Knight, what were you trying to get done?
Trying to stay in front of him. Really, he liked to get to the basket as much as he can, and he was a quick guard, so that was the main thing. And I knew I had people behind me willing to help me. So if I got up into him, they were behind me. So.
And what happened on the final play?
Yeah, I got screened really hard, and I tried to yell at Joe, but Joe didn't listen, as Joe does.
Those darn Australians! You gotta worry. I mean, come on, those guys just don't listen very well, do they?
Yeah, no, but we knew he was going to miss the shot, so that's why we let him have it.
Okay, because the Australians know better. All right, Dante, congratulations on the win tonight. What is
we got listeners that listen to us.
We have a bunch of people in Australia.
You want to say hi to them?
A little message to all the people down under?
Thanks for supporting me. Appreciate it.
There you go. He's smart. Then you'll start. If you give him any more time, he'll just start listing all his sponsors. He'll just start. So be careful. He's a smart 19-year-old. Dante, congratulations. Thanks for the time,
thank
bud.
you.
That is Dante Exum, 15 points, 5 assists. Spence, back to you. And now we head back to our postcast, so we'll kill the station out of my ear, and then you and I can do. What do you think of Dante tonight?
I was impressed. I was very impressed, and as we watched him grow as a basketball player, not really sure how he was going to handle the starting role. He didn't seem to be nervous. We know he was, but he played very well. I was very pleased with, and I'm sure that Coach Snyder was, man, he'll sleep tonight thinking, boy, I made the right move.
Oh, yeah. Now, you made a comment late in the game that really struck me, and I know I'm annoying to work with. You every now and then do that, and I'm like, and jump all over. But you kind of said he'll be we haven't seen a different Dante for some time. I think it was beginning to get everybody a little unnerved that he wasn't changing at all. He was so passive. You think this is going to lead to a different Dante Exum over time?
I really do. Playing with starters, I think for the most part, most of the time, and just getting that confidence from the coach that, okay, you've been struggling here, but I'm sticking with you. Go out and play your game. His game is not in the half court. His game is what we saw there in that first quarter. I mean, pushing the basketball at the floor. His pace is a little bit faster than what the Jazz have been playing at here in the last 10, 15 games.
Ron, the other part of this game is Gordon Hayward's fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
Holy smokes.
You want to see? Look at that.
You can tell people.
The difference in the fourth quarter is the free throws. And Gordon was 9 for 10 from the free throw line. The Bucks went to the free throw line twice. And so that was the difference. I mean, you make those free throws and you win the basketball.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. In the first quarter, the Jazz turned the ball over 6 times. Feels like a lot, but it wasn't that many. And the Bucks go 8 of 22. In the fourth quarter, the Jazz turned the ball over twice, and the Bucks go 9 of 24.
Yeah.
If they don't get 3 times the Jazz turnover, if the Bucks don't get turnovers and get out, they can't. They're not a good enough offensive team to score. They don't have a Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
We don't have a LeBron James. They don't have a Gordon Hayward. They don't have somebody who can make plays.
Isn't that amazing?
Right, but that's how. Right, that's the level of stratification here.
Yeah.
And so when we kept them out of the open floor by not turning it over in the fourth quarter, then they can't make the plays that Gordon could make. Gordon went one-on-one on O.J. Mayo and just torched him on the key part of a 10-0 run. Gordon assisted or scored all 10 points. That
was amazing because he was going left to the basket. He would take him right. Pretty soon the double team started to come as Coach Kidd made some adjustments there by doubling Gordon out there and kind of took him out of it there for a second. But, they just started to pick things right back up. But the big thing is on the defensive end, not letting the Bucks score down there in the closing, because they had like 3 chances with the game, and it was a 2-point ball game.
Dante Exum's 15 points, Gordon Hayward's 24, Enes Kanter's 23, Joe Ingles a career-high 7 assists, Rudy Gobert notches a double-double in 35 minutes, just 1 block shot. He had a huge impact early, not a very big impact, and Coach Snyder closed with Enes Kanter and Trevor Booker tonight because they were going small. Good moves there. Trevor gave the Jazz a really solid 25 minutes as the Jazz played just 8 players in tonight's game, tightening the rotation. He went David Blatt.
And I know you mentioned this earlier about Kanter. 16 rebounds tonight. How many last night? 17.
But tonight was a better night, right? His 23 and 16 is much better than his 24 and 17 last night, right?
Much better, but 17 is 17. I don't get it. He wouldn't got him,
right.
and 16 rebounds here tonight, 23 points, 8 for 15 shooting. He had another good night for Enes Kanter.
I think the big difference is 13 of his 16 tonight are defensive rebounds, and a lot of them were out of area rebounds rather than just. And I think last night was 7 of the 17 were offensive rebounds. So I like tonight's night by Enes. I think this is a very encouraging night by Enes Kanter, maybe one of the biggest plays of the night. Dante Exum swirls around the baseline, flips it up to Enes, who spaced the floor correctly, was in the right spot. Dante found him, and he buries the top of the key J. And if he can make that shot, that makes him a very valuable player.
Yeah, only 19 points off the bench tonight. The Jazz played
only 19.
Yeah, what? Only
when was the last time we had a guy off the bench in double figures?
Well, they only played 8 guys here tonight as well. And then
Trey Burke, 24 minutes, 10 points off the bench. I mean, maybe that's going to turn out to be a good spot for him.
Yeah, might be. I mean, what Coach Snyder's looking for is some scoring off the bench, and he's hoping that Trey can give that to him.
And Trey was really classy before the game. I'm sure he wasn't pleased, but he dealt with it very, very well. Showed very good maturity for a 22-year-old in that circumstance. 101-99. The Jazz win a close one against the Bucks tonight here in Milwaukee when Brandon Knight misses a shot at the buzzer. The tip follow no good, and the Jazz able to close it out and win it tonight over Milwaukee. Tip-off coming to you tomorrow morning. Empty the noggins around the corner. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to Dante Exum for his time. This has been POSTCAST.